the truth is, it's hard to cover up the love. It's easy to spot how genuine we are in our passive. And we have replicated the spirit among almost 1 million souls. So it's no longer me, it's no longer, so the game is definitely expanding and escalating. When you talked about depression and you know, people thinking of maybe even committing suicide or those tough decisions in life. I mean, it's not easy. I don't understand it. I hope we will never get to that extreme ever, or at least somebody we know will never get to that point. It reminded me of Japan. Japan's such a successful country. I'm a fan. I'm an advocate. I'm inspired by the technology, by the culture in a way. Not to mention the food. Everything in Japan is a class. They have a good lifespan, but the quality of that life is what matters or what counts. On the other side, if we look, they have the highest suicide in the entire planet. So how come they have work, economy, innovative country, beautiful landscape, all of that? Perhaps they just take out their life the most. Very simple. They're lonely and they're not emotionally filled. They don't have that family bond and connectivity. In fact, not long ago, I was talking to a friend of mine. She's Japanese, and we were talking about the culture and all of that here in Orlando. And she was, you know, speaking to me that, you know, one of the reasons she preferred to live here is the social life. I said, what do you mean? You were born there, your family should be there, like you should have a better social life there. She said, I just picked up my daughter from the airport that I haven't seen in 15 years. How did we meet? How did we greet? That little gentle bow. Nice, but it's kind of empty. I thought, what's the trigger? She said, you know, Orlando, lots of Latinos and a diverse culture and all of that. They're excited and they express their emotions and kissing and hugging and all of that. She you know, misses that in a way in her life. So one of the biggest achievements in our passive, we became a family. And we have that fulfillment. And a big evidence of that, I'm going to hit it right, you know, the way it is bluntly. Mari de Gamo is a good example. Whether you agree, disagree, it is not a political statement, it's not a religious or medical advice in any way. This is how I feel. You take it however you like. It's a free country. I believe Mari de Garmo is living with us as of now, and he's going to be totally fine. And I know it before, you know, we get to this week past. It's been a week, a little over a week since he was with this affected or infected with this virus. I believe because passive needs Mari de Garmo. It's inevitable. And if he's needed for that, meaning God willing and wanting passive to be there and thrive, is just an evidence to me. That's how I take it. You don't have to take it the same way. And I believe that it's going to revive our spirit in many ways, and our it's going to give us that immunity. Emotions and positive energy is going to give you the best immunity system you ever need. And we do have that, thankfully, in passive. It's priceless. We're a family. It's not about the $1 million amount. It's what you do with it. I just had a recent conversation with my father. A relative that is a cousin was in need for money, wedding purposes. I could help. but I just wanted to check with my dad. Is it okay? They would have the dependability. Would it open a can of worms? Others would approach me the same. It's not a charity. And he said, absolutely do it without a doubt. I said, why? Nobody helped me, you know. He said, what you give is what counts. What we will know about, what God will know about. What you don't give, nobody cares about that. Even I am your father. I don't know what you keep to yourself and what you take. It doesn't matter much. But I notice and I enjoy the part that you give. And he said, that is the part that will stay, even when you're gone. So the signs of giving and the connectivity and the emotional bond that we have is already a fact. It's already a reality. Uh, I said this before, that one major company wanted me to be a part just ahead of on passive, and that was one of the few straws that broke the horse's back, when we were exactly 40 people from across the globe flown to a retreat in Florida, and with the owner, and it's supposed to be a disruptive company, but it's not going anywhere for 5-6 years now. And the reason, they wanted us to market it. So one thing I didn't like, it was limited, and it's not a small limit. The comp plan was, everything is good about the company. It's in technology. I'm passionate about that. I would sell I'm sorry, the hell out of it. But the only problem is it was limited in revenue. So you're allowed to have, that's one of the main things, but the major, break moment with me, it was limited in revenue, and that is not too small. It's about 125,000 euros per month. Yeah, it is a European company. So after all, you're talking about roughly 500,000 euros a month. If you max out the pay plan, I knew I could max it out. And I said, there's a problem. You're limited to this. Oh, yeah. When we get there, if you ever achieve it, we'll talk. We'll give you some. No. It has to be for everybody. I'm not I don't want an exception or a bribe or any. No. If it's there, it's for everybody. And it just the way I want to do it. So the chance I want to have, I want also the people that work with me to have the same chance. Then that kind of put a pressure on the owner. Up until that moment, I had a lot of respect. But when he told me that, well, how much money do you want to make? This is a lot of money. And I said, yeah, it's amazing. And he said, how many steaks are you going to eat in a day? How many houses do you need to live in? How many shoes? How many pair of pants or jackets like that? Yeah, said, I probably don't need that money to buy any of that. I already have it. So why do you need all of that? But you just showed me how idiot you are, because right now I'm going to walk away and I will never want to talk to you. This is definitely the rudest, uneducated, lamest answer I could have expected from a CEO that I was inspired until this moment by. And the reason is because how could you preach you're doing good and it didn't occur to you what I will do with that 500,000 euros a month? 5-6 million a year. Not bad. If I have multiple accounts, I can even multiply that. But any business model I want to do, I want it to unlimit the energy and the capacity of any human being, but also I don't measure what they will do to themselves. So the $1 million, I can't spend myself. I cannot spend it annually. If I am full-time spender, like I'm talking about on my family, by myself, all I have to do is spend about 100 to just $100,000 a month. I will not be able to spend that. $3,000-4,000 a day? How? What do you do with it? Especially if you don't buy drugs or any lavish stuff, yachts, gambling. I don't do any of that. Doesn't amuse me. So I don't know how. Like, aside from just living, breathing, eating, and having some healthy activities, what else I'm going to do? Yeah, I'll take some courses. I'll take some educational, self-growth stuff. I spend on that. But $3,000 a day, living in the United States is a lot of money a day. Some people don't make it in a month. Many people. So it's not about what you do with that, what to yourself. It's how many shoes can I buy with it? How many steaks? How many people can I invite? That's my philosophy. You don't have to do the same. I'm just telling you how I feel, what I do. Now, it doesn't click with a business mentality. You think this is business, okay? If this is all you think about, okay, this is not going to be successful or profitable. That's not my intention. I'm not creating a traditional business. I just had this conversation today with our key managers and executives. I said, stop telling me we did this in this company or that company. Stop telling me that. I'm unlike any of those. I respect it. I don't have the same motive. They do what they do for profitability or transactional relationship. I don't do the same. I have a higher purpose, just like Nancy said, okay? And that is my drive, is about influence, is about making an impact, leaving a legacy, touching more humans around us. So that's why it's AI with heart. That's why it's not typical. That's why it's not a business. It's not just a business. It's a complete concept. It's a theory, is a stack of principles that we practice here. And I really don't want it to be the most profitable business in a way. That's not my intention. To myself or to the shareholders, if you wish, okay? That's not the case. The case is how many issues we could fix because of that oblast. How many ideas we could discover and make them a reality, inventions or solutions to life matters. So I do have a different approach, and I have a confession. I told Julie before we come here, I do want to confess something to all of you. You might take it the wrong way, but hear me out until the end. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. And I did fail to estimate what we will have by now as of today. I had no idea how big is the gap between what I thought possible and what is realistically achievable. And I did have a plan, and I had you in my plan, and I had you in my dream to kind of empower you and grow with you, and together we succeed and we win. And I failed in the scale of potential that we could achieve by now. And I'm not pranking you. The truth is, I had no realistic idea how far we would be at this moment of our journey. It's far, 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 far bigger than I thought. And it's a good thing if you're patient. I did not imagine when things are connecting together now at all levels, and I'm seeing it myself, this is not what I envisioned. It's a million times bigger. It's a million times bigger, and it's unstoppable. What you're just about to discover and realize in these coming short days will probably get you up to speed to where I am now. The way I feel, we're done. And it's based on practicality and reality, not a just wishful fantasy. Did I think we're going to be a million? 1 million in the short period of pre-launch and beta testing? Never, 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 never. Did I think it will be this quality of founders? Didn't even have a clue. Well, let's do some math. Google 130 something 97,000 employees after 22, 23 years in business. The relationship is employee. You exchange your time for money. I'll give you a salary. You are basically slaved to Google, and 2-3 years contract, you go home. You don't pick up anything, not even a mug. We have 1 million partners, true partners, not employees. They would operate as this is their own business. This is their Google. Not they're just going to exchange time for money and go empty-handed after 2-3 years. No. We own this together as founders. 1 million. No company had. Amazon, like with the truckers, with all of that, but we have 1 million partners. And we didn't even roll up our sleeves yet. We're just warming up, just about to do that. Apple has similar amount of employees, 140 something. Okay, they have 512 stores as of today. Apple company, beautiful. One of the most successful, businesses on the planet. 512. We're going to have 1,000 locations just for the global leaders alone. Google has like 150 or something locations. That would be our first year. We're big. We're born big. It turns out to be, well, put it this way, it's not what we thought. It turned out to be a lot bigger, and I didn't really think that far. I knew I'm going to do my best. I knew I'm going to give something disruptive. I knew I'm not going to do something typical. I knew that. But the level of effectiveness, didn't expect that. So as of now, as of today, where we are in a passive, I believe it's something to be proud of. And it's indeed remarkable, historical in every way. there's no limit, there's no box, there's no frame for us. We're blowing up everything around us, and we are unstoppable. Good only. I have never, up until this moment, been so confident and so excited and proud as of today's level. Excitement is mounting. I know what I know, and you will know it. I'm not going to be able to keep that away from you long, but of course, we want to be mindful and respectful to all of our founders and share that with them in a proper manner. And it's a reality. So hardship, Julie, it's temporary. And I'm thankful. I'm so fortunate that I have, or I had my fair share of that. If I didn't taste that hardship at all capacities, or poverty, if you wish, I would not even know what it means. And that's, the drive in me to share it with those who are in need, the deserving. I don't think where we are today is permanent. So if any of you unhappy or uncomfortable where you are, it is going to pass. It is going to pass. I took my fair share with this illness just roughly a month and a half, 2 months ago. I didn't think of anything. I just knew I am here. Prayers are working. Just let it be. Do you know how priceless is that? How precious it is? When you know you're protected, somebody's looking out for you. And don't argue or overanalyze the little details. If I did that, I probably could have restrained our success or growth up until this level, because I would be stuck with, okay, well, this is what I thought. I want to stay with. No, I thought, well, the power of you, the power of the entire energy of our creator, it came together is like, you passed the test. We're going to give you more. I didn't ask for this much. So we're overwhelmed by the reward. Understand it can turn around very quickly. So the true character is revealed in tough times. Tough times don't make the character. It's there, but it shows the true you. I believe we are made of gold as unpassive founders. We're patient, we're determined, we have a clean intention, so we're getting all the support we need. We can't ask for more. It's beyond perfection. So let's enjoy and have a good gratitude for what we accomplished. Remember, where you are today is not permanent, and we can change it, and we have a decision, and we have control over that. Your past doesn't dictate your future. Doesn't have to. We can reinvent our future. We got the resources, we got the knowledge, we got the heart. That's all it takes. And I just want to be clear. One of the notes I have that you got it is, when it comes to wealth, the real wealth, I don't know if I can give credit to my dad, but I at least I would do, the real wealth and what counts is what you give. As it's proven clinically in our DNA, that the power and the reward that we get from giving and gifting is 10 times more rewarding. In other words, if I give that 1 million away, it feels like 10 million. If I selfishly spend the 1 million on me, probably wouldn't enjoy it. Probably it's like less valuable than a tenth of that. If we use the same ratio, maybe like 100,000. Why would it bother me for all of my good friends and founders to have the same car I have, the same lifestyle I have, the same, house, the same health and diet? So why not? What's wrong of being generous? It doesn't take away from your wealth. Can I say something? We don't create wealth, and I want somebody to write it down and put my name on it. We don't create wealth. Wealth is already there. We acquire wealth. So it's literally there, is who want to grab it. We don't create wealth. It's a misconception. Okay, if you allow me, I'm a believer. I don't think I'm going to offend you if you don't believe, but if you allow me, the creator of the planets, the whole galaxy, moons and stars and suns and oceans and you name it, is not in any way short or unable of providing to all of us our food, our housing. He created human beings and beings in general. He can give you a loaf of bread, so don't worry about that. Okay? And I don't own it. You don't own it. We're passing by. Cessation. Nobody's permanent here. So we want to do our best and share that wealth with love. It will be more enjoyable. We're going to have a better social life, better lifespan. Our life on a purpose will be more meaningful, and we will leave a legacy and impact. It's a win, 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 all way you can. It's just a different way. I don't have to follow the traditional way of like, okay, piling that wealth and okay. Another name on the list. Good job. Doesn't impress me. What you do with it, what you do with it, okay? What do you give is what's going to count. And we're not inventing or creating wealth. Keep that in mind. It's already there. We're just going to work together with a good heart, smartly work hard, and we will make sure everybody gets a piece. I just want to remind you where we are in OnPassive, it's already historical. It will not happen again in our lifetime. It's unique. It only happens with OnPassive. And I think what we've accomplished and what we're about to reveal. So I'm not saying what we're about to do. Watch my term. What we're about to reveal. So it's already accomplished, achieved. It's only making it, public and announce it. Okay. We are in a good position, and I thank you for being here. I thank you for your time. Good night. We'll see you soon.